I keep giving bad people good ideas.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If my voice sounds a little raspy or shitty throughout this video, it's because I've been sick the past couple days. I've just been coughing a lot, so I'm kind of at the end of it. I'm not really that sick anymore, but I think since I've been coughing a lot, it's been really hard on my vocal cords and shit, so I'm kind of losing my voice a little, but it's not the end of the world, and hopefully I end up just feeling a little better soon. So I might just take little pauses to have a drink or some shit, but besides that, today's video we're going to be talking about Earl Sweatshirt, and I have this little series on my channel where I like talking about like sort of music artists I like listening to and possibly why you guys should listen to them. Usually a lot of the artists that I do go over already have huge fan bases and a lot of people already do listen to them, so if you do, good for you, you know, like, again, this video is kind of though also for people that don't really know too much about these people, or again, at the end of the day, haven't heard of these people. Because again, with these people, they have a lot of people that know about them, but a lot of people that don't know about them, you know. But pretty much today's video isn't gonna be hella in depth, but gonna kind of go over who Earl Sweatshirt is, kind of the type of music he makes and why I like it. And if you guys do listen to him as well, comment down below a few of the reasons why you guys like listening to him. Or yeah, pretty much that's it for now. But pretty much let's get into it. So pretty much Earl Sweatshirt, his whole little rise to fame's a little similar to Tyler the Creator, but not too much at the same time. And it's really interesting too. Again, I don't know every little bit and part of it, because again, when they were on the rise, I was like probably like in middle school, I'm not gonna lie. I was still pretty fucking young, and I feel like at that time, I heard of Odd Future, but I wasn't really too into it. I remember even my brother showed me like the Tamale video by Tyler the Creator. And that was my first like really introduction to Odd Future. But it wasn't really until like high school where I started really listening to like Earl Sweatshirt, kind of diving more into the music. But pretty much with him, he was in the whole collective of Odd Future with Tyler the Creator and stuff. But in the very beginning, he was like 16 and stuff, so his like mother and shit, again from what I've heard and seen online and stuff like that, I guess his mother thought he was kind of going off the rails and kind of not having his shit together, and with that they sent him off to like some boarding school or some kind of shit, and they sent him off like right when like Odd Future was like popping off, and he kind of missed out on a bit of that shit. Came out and he was like, it was shit, but it was good. Like, I learned some shit, but then at the same time, it was kind of bullshit. Again, I don't know the exact whole story, but on like why he was sent out. All I can imagine is some of the stuff he talks about in his like music was probably just wilding out, like smoking, drinking, and just, you know, doing music. And then his mother being from like, you know, like a background where you go to school, you do all these things, similar to like a lot of families in America. Seeing that, you're kind of like, oh fuck, my child was going off the rails, and you don't really know if the music shit's gonna be good in a year or 10 years or whatever, you know. And again, also with like getting involved with certain shit, like even just simple shit like smoking pot, or like, you know, definitely drinking can really like send somebody off like, you know, to the wrong side of things and really fuck up their lives. So I could get the concern, but it was kind of crazy though, and there was this like huge movement to like find Earl, bring Earl back to Odd Future and all this shit. And when he finally did get out of that boarding school and done with all that shit, he had pretty a big like coming back, like, or whatever. I don't know. A lot of people were hell hyped that he was actually back making music. But it's like very weird because once Odd Future did end, Tyler the Creator, we all know, kind of kept dropping albums. He kind of has some songs with a little, you know, emotional, a little bit feel, like puts you in the feels. But a lot of Tyler the Creator's music's this hype, oh, happy, dance around the room, you know, type of music. And I'm not saying that's bad or anything. But with Earl Sweatshirt's music, honestly, you might have a couple songs where you might be bopping around the room, but a lot of his shit, I'm not gonna lie, is a bit depressing. I sometimes will listen to his shit and be like, damn, is homie actually okay? And I'm not saying that like in a bad way. He's just really like, I feel like he's a really emotional person at the end of the day, more than maybe people like Tyler the Creator, though, kind of just this goofy, like, act all stupid. And he does have that side of him, and we've seen it with like Odd Future. You see him like in interviews and stuff. But I feel like when it comes to music, he has this more like emotional connection to it. Not saying Tyler the Creator doesn't. It's like a different kind of emotional connection, where Tyler's kind of being like, oh, I'm letting shit out, I'm being goofy and all this. Or Sweatshirt's still doing that, but instead of being letting it out and being like goofy, he's like letting out like deeper emotional type of shit. And I'm not saying Tyler the Creator hasn't dropped tracks like that or anything like that, but I feel like Earl Sweatshirt's music's kind of more based around that. And I like his style too, because it's kind of like a mixture of modern rap with old rap. His beats are like really unique, and I feel like that's where it kind of comes from, or it sounds kind of like almost like old rap beats, but then it's like modern at the same time, and some of the beats are really grimy or gritty, or some of them are really like bass boosted or whatever. But yeah, no, when I say like old rap, I don't mean like, oh, like he sounds like Tupac or any of that, but like I could see where he got inspirations from like past rappers or past I don't know what I want to say, like instrumentals and stuff like that from the past. And I feel like when it comes to his rapping, he has a lot of different styles. Like some of them are even like, I'm like, how does he kind of like have that flow and walk, and he just kind of does it, pretty much it makes his own fucking flows. But at the end of the day, a lot of his music I feel like is really unique and really comes from like from emotional part of him. And I feel like that's good. And I feel like a lot of artists are like that, but they display it in different ways. Some artists are like more on Earl Sweatshirt's like side, where they're like displaying like kind of more raw emotions than like really Tyler the Creator trying like have some raw emotions and then have some goofy shit and then have some like other shit. I don't know. Honestly, Tyler the Creator, he just be dropping shit, I feel like, Not saying that in like a bad way, but like he just like he sometimes be dropping like spooky weird shit. Sometimes he be dropping like love letters. Sometimes he be dropping like the most depressing shit you heard in your life. It's Tyler the Creator. But I feel like with Earl Sweatshirt, you could kind of see was a little similar with like Tyler the Creator in the beginning. Definitely an Odd Future. You could see he took like heavy inspiration, and he even says it in like past raps and stuff that he did take heavy inspiration from Tyler the Creator and kind of saw him as like a bigger brother and stuff. And you can see a lot of similarities definitely in the Odd Future days between the two of them. And I feel like as the careers advanced, I don't think they like drift apart from each other, but I feel like since the careers advanced and they did their own thing, they became their own people and became kind of more unique with their own styles, because they're not like kind of, not saying they're ripping each other off, but they're not just in like always around each other pulling ideas from each other, so they kind of have to like scrap up their own shit because they're not always going to be around each other, type of thing. And I feel like with Earl Sweatshirt, it's more of a raw, emotional, not saying that in a bad way, because there's some rap music where it's just like, it straight up is like kind of corny bullshit, and it's like corny, emotional breakup music. But with Earl Sweatshirt, it's not corny. It's actually like, dude, you listen to his shit and you're like, damn, this motherfucker's spitting some facts. Or you're like, damn, I can feel this motherfucker, And I feel like a lot of the tracks are really fucking good. Like, I don't think those really, I can't really be like, oh, there's a favorite album I have exactly like right off the bat I can think of from Earl Sweatshirt, because I feel like all of his albums, I like them all equally, because there's all certain styles, certain flows, certain beats I like in each and every one of them, that makes it really, really hard for me just to like single out one album and be like, this is my favorite. Because there's like shit from the Odd Future days I really liked, where it was just loud bass, just some dude rapping about random shit that Jamaican flow somehow and just rapping about like the dumbest shit. But then with his newer music, he's talking about more like serious, more emotional, more in-depth shit, more philosophical. I'm trying to make up words. More like philosophy type of shit. But yeah, no. I feel like at the end of the day, Earl Sweatshirt is definitely an artist you definitely should check out and definitely is worth it. Because, again, with his interviews, he's a really good, genuine person, and I feel like you could learn a lot from him and learn a lot through his music, too. And his music's really fucking good as well. But yeah, besides that, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you guys do listen to Earl Sweatshirt, comment down below why you guys listen to him and why you guys like kind of listening to him and shit. And yeah, no, I like, again, when I say I don't have exactly a favorite album, it's just kind of because I do like all of them. Not to be like, oh, a huge dick rider, but like, again, a lot of his music's really fucking solid. Even if it's him being goofy and not taking it too serious, it's still somehow good. Or when he does take it really serious, it's somehow like 10 out of 10 masterpiece artwork. And I'm not saying that in like a bad way, like I'm surprised, but he just always nails it every time. But yeah, besides that, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.